Sir, we can't listen to you.
Yeah, but I had to start. Once I write the thing, then I will start. Give me a moment. Okay, so let us start back. For us to improve whatever we have found in section A, we need to find another number, that is not that number known as seasonal variation factors. Okay, it's just a number to plus minus with the previous one to get an accurate forecast. So we, in this part, section B, first we will find seasonal variation factor. This is the first part we are going to do. Calculate seasonal variation factor, and then only we will do find the accurate value. Okay, let us compute the seasonal variation factor, or in short I put SVF. All right, now copy this, the data. This is the data, original data we have, but don't worry, not much column here. And then take the previous section. Once you copy this, the previous section, for example 1, we have computed the y data, isn't it? Okay, on the fifth column, take the y data in the fifth column, write it here. So this is the y data you find in the previous section. Now we're going to give another name for these two data. I'm going to call this as y, and this column as t. T stands for trend, and the take the third data will be y minus t. So y minus t means 64 minus 78.9, you will have negative 14.1 right here, negative 14.1, and do the same thing for the rest. You will have 8.9. Remember, we are finding the seasonal variation factor. Okay, so the method, this is the method. Halfway we have done. We're going for next step now. This seasonal variation factor, for each quarter they have different seasonal variation factor. So we are going to find seasonal variation factor for quarter 1, seasonal variation factor for quarter 2, quarter 3 and quarter 4. So there will be 4 numbers. Alright, now I hope you guys have copied this. Next step, this kind of table. Now look at the first number here, negative 14.1. Negative 14.1 is actually third quarter of 2016. So right here, third quarter of 2016, negative 14.1. The next one would be fourth quarter of 2016, which is 8.9, and so on. You can find the next. 9.8 is here, negative 5.8 is here, negative 13.9 is here, and these two places are empty. If you take the total, that would be 19.2, negative 12.9, negative 28, 19.8. I'm going for next page, just give me a moment. I need some space to write. Okay, this would be alright. So after this, after you find the total, you write here average. You divide 19.2 by 2 because two numbers, ne? You get 19.9.5. You divide by 2, you get this, Now, if you plus this average, if you total the average, and if it gives you 0, then the seasonal variation factor, remember we are finding seasonal variation factor for quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 and quarter 4. If the total is 0, then 9.6 is your seasonal variation factor for quarter 1. This one would be seasonal variation factor for quarter 2. This one is 3, this one is 4. So that's it. After that we can focus our thing. This is your seasonal variation factor. But is it giving 0? If you compute this, it gives you negative 0.95. Okay, it is not 0. So we need to do some adjustment for that. Okay, we need to do some adjustment because the total is not equal to 0. So you ask yourself, plus what number you will get? 0. That number naturally will be 0.95. Now for us to do the adjustment, we are going to distribute evenly this number. So divide by 4. If you divide by 4, you will get so your seasonal variation factor would be like this. So seasonal variation factor 1 is, you take the 9.6 just now, the one average, you plus with 0.2375, that would give you seasonal variation factor 2 for quarter 2 is negative 6.45 plus with the adjustment. one would be negative 14. This would be your seasonal variation factor, and if you want to double check, you plus this, you will get 0. So we have computed seasonal variation factor for each quarter. Now once we have computed the seasonal variation factors, we are going to improve the value we have found in A. Okay, we are going to improve. Let us see how to improve this. I am going for next page. So how to improve the forecasted value? In A, we have found for 2019 Q1 is this would be the value we have found for exercise example 1 in A. Now we are going to improve. How to improve? You plus or minus, depends on the value. Okay, you plus anyway. You plus the corresponding seasonal factors. Here would be 9.8, 375. Here would be negative 6.2, 25, negative 13, and 10.1375. If you find this will be the answer. All these are the final answer for B, which means we have done this part. Forecast, the second part is done. Okay, these are the second part. So these values will be the most accurate forecasted value for this example 1. Okay, the most accurate value you will get when you plus the seasonal factors with the regression line value. We have done example 1. Now same method we are going to do for example 2. Okay, I'm going for example 2 now. Example 2b, seasonal variation factor. So where we have to start? Year and quarter. And take the y value we have done in the part A. Y minus t Next step, we will write this in table. No data here. If you total, you will get and average would be now, as I told you, if you total this and if you get 0 here, your seasonal variation factor for 1 is this, 2 is this, quarter 3 is this, quarter 4 is this. But are you getting 0 here? Total, sorry, total. Are you getting this? You know, you will get 0.125. So you need to do adjustment. So this is not your seasonal variation factor. So next page, I'm going for next page. You have 0.125. You need to ask yourself what number you plus, you will get 0. Eventually that number would be negative 0.125. You want to distribute that evenly, you divide by 4, you will have negative 0.0. So your predicted value for 2019 Q1 is, so not predicted value, the seasonal variation factor 1. Okay, so now if you, this would be the seasonal variation factor for the 4 quarter. If you plus this, your total will be 0. Now once you find seasonal variation factor, it's easier for you to find the accurate forecasted value. So for 2019, according to your section A, you find this one, you get you plus with your, for you to get the accurate value, you plus with your seasonal variation factor. This would be the answer, final answer for the forecasted value of 2019 with seasonal variation factor.